Courage is not the absence of fear, but rather the judgment that something else is more important than fear. An ounce of action is worth a ton of theory. Don't regret the past, 'cause at that moment you did your best. We have 4 problems: overthink, overtrust, overshare, overlove. Do not envy other people's good qualities, but install them in yourself through admiration. A wise man gets more use from his enemies than a fool from his friends. Never expect too high. The more you expect when it doesn't meet your expectations, the more it's going to hurt. No matter how hard the past, you can always begin again. This too shall pass. Free yourself from society's advice. Most of them have no idea of what they're doing. Sometimes people don't want to hear the truth, because they don't want their illusions destroyed. The secret to success is to do the common things uncommonly well. The family you create is more important than the family you come from. To be able to forget means sanity. The longer we dwell on our misfortunes, the greater is their power to harm us. Eventually, all things fall into place. Until then, laugh at the confusion, live for the moments, and know everything happens for a reason. He will win, who knows when to fight and when not to fight. Except our own thoughts, there is nothing absolutely in our power. Only time can heal what reason cannot. Why should you feel anger at the world? As if the world would notice. Keep away from people who try to belittle your ambitions. Small people always do that, but the really great make you feel that you, too, can become great. We take greater pains to persuade others that we are happy than endeavoring to think so ourselves. While we are postponing, life speeds by. Kind words don't cost much. Yet they accomplish much. When it is dark enough, you can see the stars. Don't be discouraged. It's often the last key in the bunch that opens the lock. All you need in this life is ignorance and confidence, then success is sure. The harder the conflict, the more glorious the triumph. What we obtain too cheap, we esteem too lightly. It is dearness only that gives everything its value. I love the man that can smile in trouble, that can gather strength from distress and grow. The purpose of life is not to be happy. It is to be useful, to be honorable, to be compassionate, to have it make some difference that you have lived and lived well. Dare to live the life you have dreamed for yourself. Go forward and make your dreams come true. We are like chameleons, we take our hue and the color of our moral character from those who are around us. What worries you, masters you. Finish each day and be done with it. You have done what you could. Some blunders and absurdity no doubt crept in, forget them as soon as you can. Tomorrow is a new day. You shall begin it serenely and with too high a spirit to be encumbered with your old nonsense. I have learned to seek my happiness by limiting my desires, rather than attempting to satisfy them. Don't hold on to anyone who's leaving, otherwise you won't meet the one who's coming. Man was born free, and he is everywhere in chains. Those who think themselves the masters of others are indeed greater slaves than they. In the end, we will remember not the words of our enemies, but the silence of our friends. If a man will begin with certainties, he shall end in doubts, but if he will be content to begin with doubts, he shall end in certainties. No man's knowledge here can go beyond his experience. Everything that irritates us about others can lead us to an understanding of ourselves. When we love and respect people, revealing to them their value, they can begin to come out from behind the walls that protect them. People cannot accept their own evil if they do not at the same time feel loved, respected, and trusted. Slow down and realize that mistakes are essential to learning anything. The busier we are, the more acutely we feel that we live, the more conscious we are of life. Without effort and willingness to experience pain and anxiety, nobody grows. In fact, nobody achieves anything worth achieving. You desire to know the art of living, my friend? It is contained in one phrase: make use of suffering. To be wronged is nothing, unless you continue to remember it. There is never any need to get worked up or to trouble your soul about things you can control. These things are not asking to be judged by you. Leave them alone. You should be careful not to form a very favorable opinion about a person at first acquaintance, otherwise, in most cases, you will have to be disappointed.